Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I am Matt. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to check out the Uwell Caliburn kit. I believe this is the first pod system that Uwell has ever done. Already got quite a bit of buzz, even though I don't think it's even available yet in the States. So let's go ahead and dive into it. This is what your packaging is going to look like. Oh, also, on the name, too. I Googled that when this first came out, and I believe Caliburn is another name for, like, the Excalibur sword. I think that's what Wikipedia said, but feel free to look into it more. So, it does have a meaning. It's not just a made-up word. So, inside the package, you will have a user manual, a warning card, your device that's pre-installed with one pod, and then this also comes with a second pod and a micro USB charging cable. So, they're calling this one blue. It's kind of a teal blue color, a green blue color. This has a 520 milliamp hour battery in here, aluminum on the outside, then obviously you do have some plastic. Micro USB charge port on the bottom there. You can vape while charging. And before we get deeper into the device, let's take a look at the pods. It's going to have this little protective sleeve over it. Now these are made of plastic except for your coil head inside. They hold 2 mLs of liquid. This has a parallel vertical coil that comes out to 1.4 ohms. And you get quite a bit of vapor off of this thing for sure. Your contacts are on the bottom there. Then you have magnets. Then there's a little membrane there, okay? And there's what it looks like on the inside of the device. You got your 2 contacts and then that little hole there that's for draw activation. This pod can be used in 2 different ways. You can use button activation or draw activation. Now these pods are also a top fill, so you have to pull the top mouthpiece off like so. You can see in there you do have 2 little plugs for the fill holes, and I'm going to use some of this Carnivàlia Immortal 12 milligram 50/50 e-liquid made for MTL, and then you just want to fill it on up, and you might have to fill up on both sides. Sometimes the liquid has a hard time getting over to the other side, as you can see. And so you just do that. There we are. And now you're probably not going to be able to see in there. It's pretty dark in the chimney, but yes, it is a vertical coil. Then you just press this cap down nice and firmly. And then you want to let this sit for a few minutes so the cotton in there can get completely absorbed with e-liquid. Now with this battery, 5 clicks will turn it on and off. Why am my thumb slow today? Now with the green, it's 60% or above. It'll be a blue light, 30 to 60%, and then kind of a reddish orangish light under 30%. And these pods do just fit in like so. Sometimes I found you have to push it down just that last little hair. So see, you got a little gap, push down, and you're good. If you can see right there, the design on the battery matches up with the design on the mouthpiece, which actually looks pretty cool. Then you have the windows on both sides there. It says Caliburn at the bottom, Uwell on that side. And when it's all put together, it's about 110 millimeters long, about 21 millimeters wide. All right, definitely pocketable. Not super thick or anything. And there's a closer look at the mouthpiece. As you can see, it's kind of wide open in there because this is just a cap, right? There's no chimney that goes all the way up to the edge of the mouthpiece. So this definitely has a looser draw compared to a lot of pod systems. And here's the gray one I've been using. I've refilled this pod about 4 times. Doesn't look like I'm getting any seepage or leakage out of the bottom there. And yeah, it looks dry inside there as well. One thing I did notice though, and I'm not sure exactly why they did this, is that on all these, you know, it catches with the magnets, but then you got to push it in that last little bit. Now with the button, like I said, you can use that to fire the device. You can see green means the battery's charged above 60%. Or it's draw activated. And the draw activation on this is really freaking impressive. It does just use direct output. I believe it's 3.2 volts up to 4 volts, but it's a pretty powerful vape, which I will show you when we go back up top. So I think that's it for the up close, guys. Let's go ahead, go up top, vape these, and talk about them a little more.